I'm 2 minutes early, purely because I do not trust myself to figure out the technology. Zach Pinson, hello! Wow, you're here. Haven't seen you in ages. Well, I guess now we're seeing each other, except not really. Hello everyone who's joining. We are still 1 minute out. Hello, Page Street Publishing! I can wave to you. Oh, wow, hi. Carla's here, hi. Oh my goodness. This is so lovely to see everyone. I am not the best at doing live streams. I, in fact, quite detest them, but thank you for joining. Hopefully this will be not the worst thing in the world. I am here today to unpackage the very first copy of my book, which has just arrived from Page Street, who are my fantastic publishers. I thank you very much. We are still 1 minute out, so we will give people another minute to join in before we start in on the fun. I hope you all are having a fantastic Sunday, whatever, or maybe it's Monday if you're in Australia, although it might be a bit early still for you. But thank you for joining wherever in the world you are and whatever time of day you are. It is now officially 4 o'clock, so I suppose we can get to opening the excitement. We have brought our good friend, the Shears of Destiny, today to help us with this endeavor. I'm so nervous about cutting actual important stuff. You know, it's all recyclable paper. Oh my goodness, here she is. You're seeing it before I'm seeing it. I've just held it up to you first. Wow. Oh my God, she's real. The cover feels like that, like, velvety surface, which is so cool. They did the design over at Page Street. Their wonderful design team handled all of this. I basically just gave them a Pinterest board full of dark academia aesthetic trash, and this is what they made of it. It's so cool. It looks like an old book. It's got that old book texture with the gilding, which is so cool. I could do without this half of the book. Let's just make it like this. But anyway, it's got like chalk writing. I imagine like Agnes Walker writing on the chalkboard as she's teaching her students. It's so reminiscent of that. We've got the back of the book, quotation from Abby Cox, who you may or may not know, from Dr. Serena Dyer, who is one of my fabulous dress historian friends. And then, wow, I haven't seen it like in real actual pages. I don't know how I'm supposed to react to this, but it's like story time. Hello, welcome to Make, Sew, and Mend. Traditional techniques to sustainably maintain and refashion your clothes. Should we do I think I can pick you up and do a little flip through. I don't know how to turn this around. Hang on. Huzzah, we have figured it out. Okay, here we are. Now you can actually see what I'm looking at. Oh, pardon the spray bottle. We were doing some videoing on pressing techniques, which is actually in this book. But let's have a little flip through. Let's actually, for me, remember what I put in here. Oh, look at her. This is so fun. Once again, they've come up with the design all on their own. So they've just sort of done this. And of course, I had final approval, but it was just so perceptive of them. I mean, I guess it's quite obvious if you can read the dedication for yourself. But here we have our table of contents. So we start off with prepping materials, so choosing materials, fiber content, anatomy of the cloth, preparing your fabric, all the things you need to know to get started with your sewing before you actually put the needle into the thread. We've got the stitches, the various stitches and how to do them. Well, I should say the most common stitches that you will use. There are a number of stitches, sort of an infinite amount of stitches that you can use in hand sewing. And I, of course, did not have room to cover them all, but we have the absolute basics that you can use to make kind of whatever you like. Then we have various applications of things. We've got finishing edges. We've got pressing tips, of course, buttonholes, closure methods, lacings, various methods of history. This is all, of course, rooted in historical technique because this is what I do. But the sort of philosophy of the book is that you can bring these very efficient methods of strong and durable garment construction techniques from the past to assist your everyday modern sewing methods. So then we've got care and feeding, making your clothing last. One of the things that I have really, or have been really excited about in this book is that, I guess this is the introduction, I have got a number of fabulous folks to come and join me on this. So I've got a couple of well-known and lesser well-known history bounders, people who wear historical clothing for fun, and I just thought it would be fun to get a number of different voices in here, because obviously I'm speaking from one single perspective, and I realize that people's experiences are vastly unique and different, and so I wanted to open up the, I guess, realization, the understanding that history bounding is for everyone. So we've got, of course, the fabulous Dandy Wellington, who dresses more vintage style. We've got Claudia here, who is Retro Claude on Instagram and YouTube. She also does 20th century. She does this from the disabled point of view, so she's working in a wheelchair and adapting her historical dress to sort of enhance and improve her own life and her own experiences. Of course, we have Yang Cheon-chik, who is a Korean-flavored history bounder. So Yang Cheon-chik is one of my absolute inspirations, just the way that he has taken his culture and identity to the absolute maximum, demonstrating that history bounding is for any culture, any time period, not just the sort of classic Western Victorian that you might see, I mean, from me, of course, but, you know, from a lot of history bounders. We have also got Sophia Khan, who does a lot of fantastic various periods, but she's a fantastic maker and corset maker. We have also got Embry Whitmore, who is Be Queer Make Stuff on Instagram and YouTube. They are a fantastic non-binary history bounder, and that is, of course, I think, a very important perspective to have, because historical dress can often be perceived as quite binary, and Embry has been working to sort of explore that and break down those barriers, I guess, or to work through that, how to tackle that, I guess. So I suppose we can have a little flip through. So we've got, I mean, I'm going backwards, so this is not helping you at all, but I mean, I suppose this is incentive to buy the book, huzzah. But basically what we've got is we've got written instructions here that correspond to pictorial instructions, so hopefully things will be clear enough. I know I'm very much personally used to working in a motion-based medium, so still pictures is a new medium for me, but hopefully this is another flavor of learning if people don't find video quite so interesting or need this physical book to sort of pour over at their own pace. So hopefully this will give you a bit of inspiration and instruction in your sewing. And hopefully it might be a little bit familiar to you, you know, having the background and the red thread, of course, because we have to have that little pop of red. So I think this is where we are with this. It's so surreal to see this in person. Finally arrived in physical copy, as I've been sort of looking at it just solely on PDFs on my computer screen for the last, oh my goodness, year. So, wow, this is absolutely surreal. If you would like to pre-order a copy for yourself, hang on, can I turn around again? Hi, hello, welcome back. The publication date has been pushed back, all of that fun shenanigans stuff, but hopefully that is not too much of a deterrence, or not deterrence, an inconvenience, I should say, and the book shall be with you quite soon, I hope. It will be here before we know it, so if you have yet to pre-order a copy, that can be done in the link in my bio on my profile. I've got a whole list of various booksellers who are selling the book as well. It hasn't got all of the hundreds of thousands. all of the hundreds of thousands of wonderful independent bookshop retailers out there. Hello, Yang Jian. I haven't been keeping with them and going and having a little ask at your local independent bookseller because we love them, we want to support them. But obviously there are so many and they're so regionally specific that we just cannot possibly list them all in one cohesive space. But there is definitely a place to start looking in the link in my bio on my profile, as well as on my website. I was going to say that, but we're on social media here, and that is the point. So, yeah, my goodness, this is real. It's a thing. It simultaneously feels surreal, but also like it has been in existence forever. I guess because I've been sort of living with this book for a year and writing it and working on it. And now of course it's here because it already exists. So anyway, I'm not sure that I have very much else to say. Does anyone... oh yes, people are asking about autographed copies. As far as I know, that is not a thing that is happening purely because that is just not feasible. I'm in the UK, my publishers are in the US. Shipping things here and then shipping things back is quite expensive and in this day and age, quite unreliable in terms of shipping and transit organization and logistics and stuff. So I know some people do. Worldwide shipping, yes, there should be worldwide shipping options on the bigger retailer sites. It might be a bit expensive, but I know some international publishers are beginning to purchase the rights and will be able to translate and or print and distribute those within different countries. I know we've got a distributor in Germany who have just bought the rights, so that I think will be translated and distributed in Germany. If it is not available in your region yet, hopefully it will be soon. Or, if you want it quite soon, you could buy from somewhere else in the world and have it shipped, but just know that it will probably be quite expensive. So it is paperback. It is only in paperback. They don't do a hardcover version for now. I don't know what the future holds, but for now it is in paperback. It is this lovely, soft, velvety, pretty paperback. But I think it will be nice. This ideally is nice to be used in your workroom. So it's nice to be able to sit flat and open up and sit on your work desk without having to deal with any cumbersome hard covers that I don't know if they do or don't stay open. But hopefully it will be able to withstand lots of nice wear and tear and use and beating, as is expected of a workroom book. This is supposed to be a nice tool that will help you in your workroom, and or maybe just to be read and just for a bit of inspiration.